Yeah.
Quarterback did an option instead of the duck goose linebacker coming through. We gon' blow your block like a new. And I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda on offset, you block him. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback sneak, it's on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff him, I'm down, get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. Back in, wipe my sins. They can't win.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, second-year quarterback Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans face off with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's head up to Nashville for the Titans home opener. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we take a look at this Titan ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they...
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Titan football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback from Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
The numbers in 2017, not what anyone expected. 13 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions, although he did lead the Titans to the playoffs for the first time in a decade, and then led them to a huge upset victory in Kansas City in the wild card round.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Whitaker, and an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers there for Whitaker in last week's ball game, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yo. What?
Whitaker. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Right side. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going
Let's
to
go,
be
baby.
the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defense as we...
Take them on again. We got you.
On the ground, Whitaker. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The give to Whitaker. He spins through. Space to maneuver at the 40. Fancy footwork in midfield.
Let's go, baby.
Tackles. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shifts by him.
Let's go. Get that touchdown, baby. Let's go.
Into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think.
We got this, baby. Let's go.
As he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. And you know how superstitious these guys are.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working.
Yo, baby. We got cooking up.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. Whoosh.
We had some cooking up.
Across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
JJ Watt told me, boy, he can't do jack.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to him on 1st down. Spins away. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Now they try the right side here. And he will score.
Let's go.
Titans. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off.
Here's Shane Leckler now, as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes
that's an easy run, baby. Let's go.
The 20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy. Here's Shane Leckler now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start things out with a trip up to FedEx Field. Washington playing host to visiting Indianapolis. And it's the Redskins who have the lead in that one. Alex Smith, a touchdown pass. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Let's go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, what a move. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Broke his ankles.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, they'll go on the ground with Whitaker. Oh, good footwork on the spin.
Let's go, boys.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 68 yards. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they?
Here's Shane Leckler now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll run it here. A beautiful fake. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right.
Now they try the right side here. Gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they'll go on the ground. Oh, good move. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Shane Lackler now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. What a spin. 2 spins. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Shane Lackler now as he's on to punt for Houston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 10. So possession goes over here on the punt. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately...
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a nice spin into some open field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. Oh, spinning away. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good. But at the same time...
Try the ground game here with the running back. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
They think it's my fault.
The awards are out, and the prize of no one, Aiden Whitaker takes on the FC Offensive Player of the Week. Aiden Whitaker with a nice 80-yard run, hashtag ball. Here's all guys, some extra news about me.
What?
From freaking the Madden.
Some guy's gonna make a movie about you.
No, about the news on here on the Madden. The Titans halfback Aiden Whitaker scored 6 rushing touchdowns, setting a new single mark that was previously held by Jerry Brown. This is Aiden Whitaker with a nice 80-yard run, hashtag balling. And the awards are out, and to the surprise of no one, Aiden Whitaker takes home the FC Offensive Player of the Week. Watching the highlights, and it seems like Aiden Whitaker scored a TD every time he touched the ball, and all kinds of Aiden Whitaker doubters saw what he was capable of, that hashtag NFL record. And it says Titans says secret weapon. It says Titans halfback Aiden Whitaker broke the single game record for rushing today with 558 yards. Now Whitaker too much for Dolphins. Whitaker was the man of the hour. The Titans win over the Dolphins, totaling 558 rushing yards. My offensive line couldn't have done a better job for me, Whitaker said. Nobody's asking who Aiden Whitaker is anymore. A 0-yard game will do that for you. The number Titans bench, CB Jackson. Triumph, Titans defeat the Steelers on the road, 21-17. Titans defense looking stout. I'm proud of our guys. They really put in the work this week, said the Titans defensive coordinator. We're going to make quarterbacks nervous. Still too early to tell if Aiden Whitaker will be able to match his huge expectations. A lot of pressure is being put on him. There's a different kind of pressure. Highly touted rookie Aiden Whitaker is settling on into Tennessee, but the pressure being on the human media and fans is possible to ignore. But this is going to be the video for today's video, guys. Stay tuned for the next.